in today's lecture again we are going to continue with the chapter number 10, and in today's session we are going to learn about exception and how to handle the exception. So basically first we should know what is exception. Exception is nothing but the unplanned condition, or we can say that because of which certain line of code are not executed. So exception is nothing but a kind of errors, okay, and because of which the execution will be terminated in an unexpected manner. So to handle such type of exception, we are having so many built-in exception, means whenever exception occur, we got some error from the system. And why we are getting that particular type of error? Because we are having certain built-in exception. So depending upon the error, the interpreter will gives us a specific exception, so that we will have some idea that where or why that particular error is occurred. So there are so many exceptions are present in Python. So the first exception is exception class, means if you don't have any idea that which type of particular exception will occur in your program, then just make use of this class, that is exception. Then according to the error, this particular class will throw you the respective type of exception. So exception class, that is base class for all the exceptions. This is the main class. So if for you it is very difficult to remember the name of other exceptions, then you can put only exception, or you can make use of exception class. Then second exception which we are having, that is stop iteration. Basically this exception raised when the next method of the iterator does not point to any object. So next method means, as in case of iteration, that is if we are using the for loop and all, and now we don't have some data to print. So in that situation, when the particular next method is called and still we don't have something to display, in that situation this particular exception will occur, that is stop iteration. Then we have system exit. Basically if we are making use of sys.exit function, that time this particular exception is occurred. Then we have standard error. Standard error means base class for all built-in exception except stop iteration and system exit. So standard error, it's like a exception only, but it does not include stop iteration and system exit class. Then we are having arithmetic error. Arithmetic error means if we are performing any numeric calculations and in that some error is occurred, then we will got the exception as arithmetic error. So this particular exception occurs when we are performing some arithmetic operations. Then we have overflow error. Overflow error means this particular error is raised whenever we exceed the maximum limit. Overflow error means if we are using the array or list, okay, and the size whatever we have specified, we are beyond that particular size, then in that situation overflow error occur when we reach the maximum limit. Then we have floating point error, that is if whenever we are performing floating point calculation, that time this particular type of error may occur. Then we have next error, that is 0 divided by 0 error, that is whenever we are trying to divide any number by 0, that time this particular exception is occur. Then we have EOF error, that is end of a file error. Definitely this particular type of error is occur when, even though by using input or raw input function, and we have not entered any data to this particular function, as we know that input function is used to take the data, and if you are not providing the data, if you are not providing any input to this particular function, then you will get this particular type of error, that is EOF, end of a file. Then we have import error. Import statement fails, means if we have written something wrong in import statement, or if we are trying to import a module which is not exist, so in that situation import error occur. Then next one is keyboard interrupt. This particular exception occur when user interrupts the program, means by pressing the Ctrl C, if we are control C is used to cut, right? So if we are pressing the control C from the keyboard, then because of keyboard key, this particular type of error is occurred, and this is a name why it is named as keyboard interrupt. Through the keyboard we are interrupting the normal execution. Then we have lookup error. Lookup error, that is basically if you are making use of some base classes in a derived class, but suppose that particular element or that base class does not exist. So in that situation, lookup error occur. Then we have index error. That is basically this particular error is raised whenever we are providing wrong index or sequence of wrong index. In that situation, this error occur. Then the next one is key error. Basically, key error raised when specific key is not found in the dictionary. We are having list of keys in a dictionary, and the key which we are trying to display, that is not exist. In that situation, key error occur. Then we have name error. Name error, basically we are trying to make use of particular identifier in a calculation, okay, or in an expression, and that particular variable is not declared or not present in your code. In that situation, name error occur. Then unbound local error. Basically whenever we are trying to access a local variable in a function or a method, but no value has been assigned to it, means as in case of functions which we are creating, def add into round bracket, suppose I have provided n, and then inside the code I have written sum equal to n plus n, but we have not passed the value for that n, or we have not assigned manually the value of n. In that situation, unbound local error will be occur. Then we have environment error, base class for all the exception that occur outside the Python environment. Because of external environment, if any type of error is occur, then for that the environmental error is responsible. Then we have IO error. IO error, that is input output error. Whenever we enter wrong input output data, or whenever we have performed wrong input output operation, in that situation IO error occur. Then we have OS errors. So OS basically stands for operating system. So this particular error raised for operating system related errors. Then we have syntax error. Syntax error means normally we have to use colon. So if we forgot the colon like that, in that situation we will get the syntax error. Then system error, basically if there is an internal problem, okay, and when this error occur, encounter in the Python interpreter does not exist. So basically along with the Python interpreter, this error is not there. It is basically drawback of the system which we are using for the execution of the program. Then we have system exit. This particular type of error raised when Python interpreter is quit by using the system.exist. Again it is, I think, repeated. Then we have type error. Type error means if we are specifying invalid type or invalid type of data, then in that situation type error occur. Then we have value error. That is, this particular error is raised when the built-in function for a data type has the valid type of argument, but the argument has invalid values, okay, argument has invalid values. In that situation, value error occur. Then we have runtime error. Basically this error occur or raised when, or it generated error does not fail into any category. So that is runtime error. Means if you have written something wrong in your program, and when you start the execution of the program, that time whatever error we got, that is runtime error. Then the next one is handling exception. So this, the topics which we have seen, that is all the inbuilt exceptions which are existing in the Python. Like that, with the help of or by doing coding also we can handle the exception. That is by using making use of try and except block that we have already seen in C and C++ language. We are having try, right? Try and catch was there in other programming languages, but in case of Python we are having try except. So the try block basically contains the code which there are if you want, or if you have noticed that there are some lines that may create error, so all such line you will be added inside the try block, and then you will be having catch, or that is except block, which will have or which will contain the code which will handle the exception. So this is our handling the exception. So to handle the exception, we are making use of try and except block. So the syntax is given, that is try colon, then code statement, then we have except and exception handling. So Python program to use try ... except into round bracket, we are having exception name. So while true, then we have to perform certain code, that is try x equal to int into round bracket input enter a number. Means we are taking a number or value from the user. And then I put just simply break statement. And then we have except block, which in which we have written the one built-in exception, that is value error. And in that case we are printing that was no valid number, try again. So this information I have put it. So just see the number, that is we have entered the number I, which is not the number. I is not the number. And basically if you are not making use of int here, int function, then you will not get any error. But as we are converting the input into integer, okay, so it means what? We want number only, not the characters. So we want numbers and we have entered the value as I. So this is wrong value which we have entered. So for the same we will get the error message as that was no valid number, try again. Okay, again if you are executing the program and if you are entered the 4, so break is there, means you will send out of the except block, that is out of try and except block you will jump. So this is the first program of try and except exception. And as I told you previously, if you don't remember all the exception names like value error, IO exception, then you are having one more option, that is just make use of exception in place of value error for all the program. Then we are having one more exception, that is we have taken the input from the user and that should be integer input, and RE equal to 100 divided by num, means whatever number we have entered, we are trying to divide that number by 100. Then we have except, that is print into round bracket something is wrong. This is the error message which will get display. Else print result is, and we have to display the value of RE. So now basically in this program, if we are entering the number like 1 2 3 4, we will not get any error. We will directly get the result. But suppose if you are entering 0, so as I told you previously, that is if you are trying to divide any number by 0, so that will be considered as an error, exception in any programming language. So this is the reason why actually in the output that is not shown, that just you will get the error, you will get the output as enter the number, then just enter the 0, and then you will get the output as something is wrong, because we never divide any number by 0 in any programming language. If we are trying to do the same, then we will get the error message as that is actually divide by 0 exception. Then the next one is try and except else block. Try except else. So now in this program what we have happened, what we did, that is whenever we are having try which contains the error line code, okay, or the code which may arise is or which may create the error, right? After that, if there is an error, except block is executed, and if there is not an error, then the else part is executed. Just remember this. If we are having the error, then except block will get executed, the code which we have written in except block, that will get executed. And if there is no error in try block statement, then the else part along with the try will get executed. Only except block content will not get executed. So for the same, just see the example. First we have taken the number, again same example we have taken. We are trying to divide that particular number, okay, or we are trying to divide 100 by that number, and after division we are storing the result of this particular calculation inside RE variable. Then we have except, in except we have written value error and we have printed one statement. Again we are having one more except block in which we have written 0 divide by or 0 division error, and then we are having else block. So just see the output. First we have entered the number 3, then it means this is the correct number, correct input. We can divide the 100 by 3. So 100 divided by 3, we will get the result as 33.333. That will be stored inside the RE. So now in try block statement, we are not having any error, because of which our code will directly jump to else part. In else part, what is written? Result is, and the value of RE variable, that is 33.333, will get displayed. And so this is positive output which we have checked. Again run the same program. The program will ask you to enter the number, and now this time enter 0 as an input. So if whenever we are entering the 0 as an input, so means what we are doing, we are trying to divide 100 by 0. So we will get the error message as don't use 0. Why? Because this is 0 division error. So in one program, along with one try block, we can use multiple except block also. And if whenever we are using multiple except block, then the interpreter will automatically select the respective error, okay, respective built-in exception class from the program. So for this case, whenever you want to make use of multiple except, you should know the type of error which may arise. Otherwise you will not get any error message also. Means if there is no value error, there is no division error, and the error is something else, so in that case you will not get any output. So whenever you are very much confirm about the type of exception which will arise, then and then only try multiple except block. So again we are having one more program, that is we have just taken the input from the user and we are doing the same only. That is, we can use multiple except statement for different exception, or with a single except you can have multiple exception also. That is, within a except just put a parenthesis, and within a parenthesis just write down the type of exception that you think that will occur because of the sentences which are present in a try block. So this is one more way, that is last program which we have seen. In that we have used separate except block for value error and 0 division error. So in last program we will get different error messages as we are having separate except block, but in this case, in this program, we will be having common error message even though the value error occur or 0 division error occur. But this is possible to provide the type of exception as a parameter to the except block. For that you can refer this particular example. So now if I am entering the number 0, then we will get the message as something is wrong, okay. And other than 0, if you are entering any number, the division will take place and the else part will get executed. So I hope you understood the difference between the last program and the current one. In last program we used separate except block for separate exception, so that we will get separate sentences as a result. And in this case, even though there is a value error or 0 division error, you will get the same statement only, printing statement, that is something is wrong. So this much is there in today's lecture. This particular chapter or topic is not yet completed, exception handling. We are having other so many programs too, so that we will learn in next session. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe.